David Raya's words landed like a shot across the stadium. We are Arsenal and we play to win. It's not a cliché when it comes from a player who has become a backbone for this team. It's a promise and a warning all at once. After last season's gutting semi-final exit, the Gunners have returned to European nights with something sharper, a memory that aches but also steals them. That hurt is the kind of fuel that changes appetite. Near misses make teams quieter, or they make them hungrier. From the way Raya talks about belief, you can hear that hunger. He doesn't speak in platitudes, he speaks in conviction, and conviction shifts how a group trains, how they prepare mentally, and ultimately how they perform under pressure. The story here isn't just that a goalkeeper made a headline-friendly claim. It's what that claim reveals about Arsenal's evolution. Last season exposed both their promise and the tiny cracks that cost them a final. Those cracks have been examined, patched and crucially stressed in training to make the team tougher. Leadership from players like Raya, who have racked up milestone appearances and kept the squad steady through tight moments, matters because belief needs a voice. When a player who lives in the heart of defence tells you the team's identity is to win, it signals a wider cultural shift. Arsenal are setting new baseline expectations for themselves. Adding to the drama is the internal competition that now defines the squad. New arrivals and fresh faces push incumbents to raise their game. The arrival of a high-profile goalkeeper alongside Raya isn't a story about friction, but about sharpening, a duel that can lift standards rather than fracture harmony. Competition forces clarity about roles, and clarity allows a manager to take calculated risks. Those risks, aggressive pressing, earlier goalkeeper involvement, quicker transitions, are the kind of tactical adjustments that separate a good side from a trophy-winning one. If belief is the emotional engine, tactical refinement is the gearbox that turns aspiration into results. Tonight's Champions League opener is more than a match on the calendar, it's a measuring stick. Will Arsenal approach this game with last season's tentative foot, or with the certainty Raya voices? Watch for how the team manages pressure in the first 20 minutes, how the goalkeeper orchestrates the backline under high presses, and how substitutes change the rhythm. Moments of calm leadership when the opposition storms forward will tell you more than highlight reels. The quiet, decisive interventions are the ones that build deep runs. If Arsenal can convert belief into composure, they'll turn tight games into wins instead of close losses. And there's a larger narrative at play. Clubs that learn from defeat often come back smarter. That learning shows up in small things, better communication, cleaner transitions, and a refusal to let a single game define a season. If you listen to Raya, the message is clear. Arsenal aren't content to be promising any longer. This season is framed as a campaign to climb, to convert near misses into silverware. Whether that promise becomes a trophy depends on consistency and the team's ability to make belief habitual rather than occasional. So when you watch tonight, don't just count the chances or the saves, watch for character. Listen for leadership in the way players talk to each other on the pitch, see if substitutions shift momentum decisively, and notice whether the team treats risky moments as opportunities rather than threats. If Raya's line was a warning, it was a warning to the rest of Europe. Arsenal have rewritten their expectations, and they're coming to